Hi everyone, this is Dr. K. Shaktivel, Associate Professor from Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Today I am going to discuss about electric and hybrid vehicles. The subject code is U18 OE AU001. In that, I am going to discuss about introduction to electric vehicles. What is the need of electric and hybrid vehicles? Why we are going for electric and hybrid vehicles means we have huge points. In that, I have taken very few for easy understood purpose. In that, first point is over dependence on petrol and diesel, rising petrol and diesel prices daily, pollution and resultant global warming, noise in conventional vehicles. For that, we need for an alternate power source. For that purpose, we are going for a electric and hybrid vehicles. And also, electric and hybrid vehicle is a eco-friendly vehicles. Among all these points, keeping in mind, we are doing many research on electric and hybrid vehicles so that it will be get very cheaper in compared to nowadays. It will be very cheaper in future and more efficient, and it will be ruled by all public, and it will be announced as a commercial vehicles also in future. Next, we are going to see about electric vehicles in today's market. Okay, so let us see what are the vehicles which is available in our market nowadays. So there is Honda Civic, Honda Insight, Honda Accord, Toyota Prius, Ford SUV model, GMC Sierra truck. These are the few vehicles which is available in our market, and according to survey of 2020, we have few more vehicles came from the brand of Mahindra and Mercedes-Benz, Tata Nexa, like that many models are there. So in future, definitely two-wheeler as well as four-wheeler, all we have electric vehicles only. Next, types of electric vehicles. There are three types of electric vehicles on the road today. First one is battery electric vehicles, which is called as BEV, and second criteria is plug-in hybrid vehicles, that we call it as a HEV and PHEV. Next, fuel cell electric vehicles, that we call it as a FCEV. These are the historical backgrounds for electric cars. So in 1904, the first model was implemented by Siemens. Okay. So next, later Siemens, Thomas Edison have invented electric car in the year 1907, and it will be developing till 1939. Later, Tribal horn, the model tribal horn was invented in the year 1919. Then 10 kilowatt was invented in the year 1961. Next, Vanguard was invented in the year 1974, and actual seating capacity with proper road test. After all successful running condition, they invented electric vehicles in the year 1996. It was invented by General Motors. Later, this model was stopped, and manufacturer also stopped. So they concentrate on conventional vehicles, that is fuel cars. After a long gap, in 2007, Chevrolet, they invented one electric vehicles. Later, we all know one of the famous company for battery cars, and toy cars that is called as Tesla. They invented a second class car for electric hybrid vehicles in the year 2008. It was one of the successful car. All manufacturers companies have taken Tesla as a model, and they have invented many electric cars with various design, various parameters, various motors, battery size. In all criteria, they have done many researchers in their field, and they have invented many cars. After this 2008 only, electric cars has become popular, and many of them showing interest to buying electric cars. Next, uh, we'll see how electric car is functioning, that is working. Okay, so it is a very easy concept. When the pedal is pushed, the controller will gather the energy from the battery. So first of all, I have to tell you what are the parts uh, which is we have in our electric vehicles. That is main thing, battery. First one is battery. Battery here will act as a source, and the next one is motor, and the next one is controller, and next one transmission, that is drivetrain model. Okay. So all these four only very important for implementing a electric vehicles. Okay. So without a battery, we can't run a motor, or without a motor, we can't run a electric vehicle. So each and every components is independent each other, and with all these components only, we have to design an electric car. So that is the main parts of this. These are the main components of our electric vehicle. Okay. So when pedal is pushed, the controller will gather the energy from the battery. By using a potentiometer, it will measure that pushing force. According to that, here pushing force is nothing but an acceleration. So according to that acceleration force, the controller will take the energy from the battery. It may be a 12-volt battery or 24-volt battery or 36-volt battery, 48-volt, depend upon the distance range. We have to choose a battery. Okay. So that controller will take the energy from the battery and it will deliver to the motor. Okay. So motor concept is it will convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. The generator concept is it will convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. Okay. So this is a simple model. So here only motor concept is there. If you are going for a car, then generator concept will also implement it, because for a long distance you have to save energy as well as you have to utilize the energy. Okay. So whenever we are applying the brake, that motor will act as a generator. It will store that mechanical energy, that is heat, in the form of heat. It will be stored that energy into electrical energy. In motor, uh, we convert that electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay. So this electrical energy transforms to the mechanical energy to the motor. That motor shaft is connected to the wheels. So once motor starts rotating, the wheel will also started moving from one direction to the another. Okay. So like this only electric vehicles is functioning. So as I said, three components is major. One is battery and motor and transmission system. Okay. So without this, we can't imagine an electric vehicle. So this is the necessary one. Even though without any control system, we have to move the electric vehicle for a certain distance. These three should be must. Okay. So let me see one by one. So electric vehicle, here is electric vehicles introduction. So an electric vehicle is actually an automobile. It comes under automobile industry. okay, that is propelled by one or more electric motors using electrical energy stored in energy storage device that we call it as a battery. Okay. So it is an electric motor that will use electrical energy which is stored in the battery. That is the concept of electric vehicles. Here, as I said earlier, the primary components are motor, controller, power source, and transmission system. This is the block diagram of electric vehicle. So, what are the things we have it here? We have here mains. First one, charger, battery, and after battery, we call it a system drive control. In that, we have power converter, electric motor, transmission drive shaft, and wheels. Obviously, wheel is very important. Okay, so even though if you are buying a billion cars or in lakhs, wheel is very important. So without wheel, we can't move one place to the other. So wheel is very important. So we have a charger here, so it may be plug-in charger, or you have to take a battery and you have to put charger for that battery. So depend upon the model and depend upon the consumer's needs, that manufacturer will design the charging port. Okay. So first charger, from the charger we are connecting to the battery. So from the battery, the power converter will take the energy and it is used to the electric motor. From that electric motor, transmission drive shaft started functioning. So that the transmission drive shaft is coupled to the wheels, steering, clutches, brakes, everything. Okay. So for all these components, we are taking energy from battery only. Okay. So battery capacity should be very high. Then only we can achieve at least 50 kilometers driving. Okay. So battery is one of uh, compulsorily you have to choose a battery parameter for at least minimum 50 kilometers. Next advantages. So no gas is required here. So we all know that this is a electric vehicle. So no gas required. It is functioning only through battery, and there is no emission. Okay. Basically, we are not using ACB engines, so no emission is there. Okay. So cost effective and low maintenance. Only thing is we have to check a battery levels. That's all. There is no heavy maintenance for these electric vehicles, and it may be payback for a period over a period. Definitely, it will be at the initial stage. It may be cost, but over a period, it will gain for us only. Okay. So, and the last one is low noise. Okay. So even though you can't able to hear noise from the motor. Okay. So that is one of the advantage, and disadvantages are at initial cost is high, many times that of conventional vehicles. Okay. Short driving range. So it's depend upon consumers' needs. Okay. If you are implementing more batteries, then we can achieve our driving range also. So it's the consumer's needs actually. So if a person daily riding a vehicle for only just 50 kilometers, then it will be efficient for him. Okay. So those are in the field of sales or field executives. For them, it will be not suit. Okay. So it will be a suit for elder persons, sorry, senior citizens, those who travel less than 50 kilometers. For them, it will be very useful. Okay. And next thing which is we have to consider that recharging timing takes too much long. Okay. So in case if you are using a conventional vehicle, you can go and put petrol within 1 or 2 minutes, Okay, once we reach a bunk, we can 1 or 2 minutes we can fill the tank and we will come back. But this will not happen in our electric vehicles. At least it will take minimum 1 hour to charge the battery. So here is the disadvantages. Actually, this is the main disadvantages in electric vehicles, and we don't have sufficient charging station also, like our fuel station which is available now. It's not like that for electric vehicles. So we have to implement more charging stations. Then only will our electric vehicle will become very popular in public, so that they will interest to buy electric vehicles, so that our we can ultimately we can reduce the emissions and avoid the global warming also. So, and the second thing, battery pack takes too much space and it will add too much weight to the electric vehicles. Okay? So if you are using a lead acid battery, then it will take too much of space and too much of weight also for our electric vehicle. So for lithium ion battery, it will take only less space. Okay? So there are many research is going on in motor side as well as in battery side. Okay? So many research is going on. They have to quickly find out suitable solution for our electric vehicles as well as for efficient motor and for our battery also. Okay? So lithium ion battery is one of the popular one for electric vehicles. So we are using lithium ion batteries only for small home appliances or home gadgets, small gadgets. In case you can use it, we are using in mobile phones also. Think about it. If you want to use in electric vehicle, how much size we needed for lithium ion batteries. Okay? So you have to think accordingly and you have to do research quickly to implement efficient electric vehicles in future. And the next thing is vehicle mechanics. So how it is functioning? What is the fundamental of electric vehicles? That is, the fundamental of vehicle design are embedded in basic mechanics of physics, especially in the law of Newton's second law of motion. So the Newton's second law of motion states that relating force and acceleration. Newton's second law, what actually says means the acceleration of an object is proportional to the net force exerted on it. Okay? So how much acceleration you are giving, according to that acceleration force, the object will move from one place to the other. Okay? So based on that Newton's second law of motion, our electric vehicles is also functioning. Okay? So a vehicle moves forward with the aid of the force delivered by the propulsion unit, overcoming the resisting force due to gravity, air, and tire resistance. Okay? So we have to think in our mind for resisting force like this air, tire resistance, and gravity. Okay? So obviously we are using electric vehicles under many we have to cross in all environmental circumstances like air and heavy wind, okay, during rainy time. Okay. So in all road tests, it should be efficient. So according to that, all circumstances that manufacturer have to design the electric vehicles so that it will work efficiently in all environmental situations. Okay. So the acceleration and speed of the vehicle depend upon the torque and power available from the traction unit and the existing road and aerodynamic condition. Okay. So how much uh, our road condition and environment condition is there? According to that only we are going to give an acceleration. According to that acceleration only, our torque and power will be generated in our traction unit. Okay. So if you are riding a vehicle in heavy wind condition, then think about it. We have to give more acceleration, so that acceleration will takes more power from the battery. Okay. So if you have a 24-volt battery and it will drive for 30 to 40 kilometers, and if you are riding a vehicle in heavy wind and you will give a more acceleration, that motor will the controller will take more power from the battery to run the motor or to oppose the resisting force. Okay. So obviously our battery levels will be reduced and we can drive only for 20 to 30 kilometers. Okay. So our environment condition will also give a additional advantage for driving a electric vehicles. Okay. So based on that environmental condition, you can ride an electric vehicle a few more kilometers. You can ride it for a few more kilometers also. So that also we have to keep it in our mind when design structure for electric vehicles. Next one, vehicle kinetics. The forward motion of vehicle changes with the slope of the roadways. Okay. The environment is very good and there is no resisting force while you are riding the vehicle, but we can't assure our road surface is always in a straight way. Okay. There may be ups and downs, there may be slope. Okay. So if you have a slope overhead, we have to use more acceleration to overcome that slope, right? So that time also your battery will consume, your motor will consume more power from the battery. Okay. So if the road surface is straight way, then no issue. As per that distance ratings, we can drive the vehicle. But your road condition and the environment condition is not good for you, then we can't achieve that distance as mentioned from our manufacturer side. Okay. So in comparatively, this vehicle kinetics is based on gravitational force, rolling resistance of the tires, and aerodynamic drag force. So you should concentrate on tire conditions also. Okay. So if you have a good tire, then the forward motion or motion of vehicle will be very easy. Okay. So it can easily move from one place to the other. Okay. So if a vehicle tire condition is very worst condition, then it will also affect the distance range. Okay. So we can't leave any parameter. We have to think, we have to concentrate on all the parameters for designing a electric vehicle. That's why it is a very challenging for a researcher. Or we have many technologies nowadays. Even though we can't be able to design a proper vehicle for all suitable for all environment condition, we can't be able to design a vehicle till now. Okay. So somehow we are gradually we are focusing on electric vehicles, and few more people have purchased the electric vehicles, and it should be quickly reached for all the peoples, all range of people. So we'll expect by the year 2030, at least 20% of people will have electric vehicles for their own users. Next is propulsion system design. The desired power rating of the electric motor or power required from the combination of electric motor and IC engine. Okay. So propulsion system design is combination of electric motor and IC engines. Okay. In our conventional vehicle also, we have a propulsion system design, that is we have a electric motor as well as internal combustion engine, that is IC engine. Okay. So electric motor we have back seat, under the back seat we have electric motor, and IC engines it is placed in our front of the car, that is in bonnet we have IC engines. Okay. So fuel tank, from the fuel tank it will take the fuel and IC engine will continuously, but for initial spark, for initial starting purpose, we are sparking that IC engine by using electric motor only. Okay. So how electric motor is functioning? We are using a battery in the vehicle. So from that battery only we are starting that we are putting a key, no. So that time our electric motor is takes energy from the battery, and first the electric motor is started, then it will give spark to the internal combustion engine. Once that engine gets started, then it will take the fuel from the fuel tank, and it will run throughout fuel only. Okay. At the initial stage, it will be started by electric motor only. Based on the system constraints of starting, acceleration, vehicle rated and maximum velocity, and vehicle gradability. Okay. So for easy understood purpose, the vehicle torque can be obtained from the power relation, that is power equal to torque plus force plus velocity. Okay. So how much power is taken from the battery? According to that power only, we have a torque, we have force, and we have a speed. Okay. So it's depend, all three criteria will depend upon the power only. And here is the Newton's second law of motion. Okay. The unit of force, as I said earlier, Newton's second law is based on acceleration and force exerted on the object. Okay. So in short form, we call it as a F equal to ma. Okay. Newton's second law is expressed in terms of equation F equal to ma. In that, the unit for force is Newton, unit for mass is kg, that is kilogram, and the unit for acceleration is meter per second. Okay. That is F equal to ma. Force equal to mass into acceleration. That is the Newton's second law of motion. Based on this relation only, our electric vehicles is designed. And frictional force. So frictional force is nothing but it's also called as resisting force. Okay. So for our electric vehicle, the frictional force is our road surface. The frictional force is our road surface. If your road surface is very good, then there is the frictional force will be less. Then we can drive a vehicle smoothly. Okay. If friction force is more, then we can't drive a vehicle for a long distance. Okay. So we can see the image here, that is A and B. So A picture shows that there is no friction force, so that we can drive fastly, and we can move, we can cross more kilometers quickly also. If friction force is there, then we can't achieve the speed as well as we can't achieve the distance also. So friction force here we call it as a resisting force, that is our road surface and it's between our road surface and tire. Okay. So this road surface and tire only gives how much uh, motion we have taken through our electric vehicle. Okay. And resistive force, while we are riding a vehicle towards forward motion, then we have a resisting force like air or some other obstacles or uh, ups and downs in the roads, that we call it as a resisting force. This kind of resisting force will also affect our speed as well as our distance. Okay. So same energy only we are consuming from the battery for a normal road condition and for our uh, opposing force. Okay. But where we are getting uh, where we are affected means we can't achieve that proper distance what we rated in our rated from the manufacturer side. Okay. So that is the important thing you have to consider in this. So we have some challenging points to discuss here. The time of battery changing is long. Batteries are heavy. It may go 100 kg or more. Okay. Batteries are very expensive. Low performance in hot and cold temperatures may also affect the damage. Okay. Very sensitive if you are charging the battery overcharge or undercharge, that will reduce the battery life dramatically. Batteries have toxic heavy metals, and while you dispose the battery, there also have environmental issues. Advantages of hybrid car: it is an environmental friendly, so financially it will be benefit for us. Less dependence on fossil fuels, regenerative braking system is there, and we can build electric vehicles by using a lighter materials. Disadvantages of hybrid car: less power, expensive, and it is poor handling, higher maintenance cost. So why they are saying as a poor handling? Because electric vehicles spare parts, it's not good for our, it's not frequently available in our shops like our conventional vehicles. It is a specially designed vehicle, so spare parts is also specially designed for each and every electric vehicles. Yeah. So those who are manufacturing, those are in the manufacturer, they only have that spare parts especially. So this is also one disadvantages for electric vehicles. It's also one of the reasons why they are not in popular in electric vehicles. Okay. And we have some commercial vehicles like Toyota Paris, Toyota Highlander, Ford Escape, and Mercury, okay, Honda Insight, Honda Civic, and Honda Accord. Thank you.